Alright, what is up guys, the Red Cloak here, and today is a video on CBR. Now, according to these guys, Yuji has had his likability completely ruined in 10 ways. Now, I'm not the biggest JJK fan. I'm not the guy that you should go to for JJK advice. But if I see bullshit like this, I'm gonna have to debunk it. Now, obviously, don't go attacking CBR just because I make fun of their list, but if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, hit the bell notification so you stay notified whenever I upload. And without further ado, let's get into number 10 of how Yuji ruined his likability. Now, at number 10, Yuji invited Sukuna into his body without considering the consequences. Now, I'm going to read this, and if it's ass, I'm going to tell you if it's ass. Yeah, this shit's ass. I just read it, and yeah, the explanation is saying that Yuji basically is just being Yuji, being altruistic and wanting, sacrifice himself and, putting himself at risk, because that is a character trait and that is a character flaw. It doesn't ruin his likability whatsoever. So even while I'm looking at it, even though, yeah, Yuji invited Sukuna into his body, but let's be honest, if Yuji did not do that, you could say Gojo would have arrived, but still, Yuji didn't know Gojo was going to arrive. Yuji didn't know Gojo at that time. So, yeah, Yuji basically was at a life or death situation in his eyes, so he just ate the finger. So, we're going to get into number 9. That one was relatively not bad. I do think it was still shit, but relatively not bad. Let's get into number 9. He gave into Sukuna's powers and nearly killed himself and Megami. Now, I'm going to read this again. I'm actually going to read it to you guys this time. During his first encounter with a special grade curse, Yuji gave up his entire body control to the King of Curses, Ryoma Sukuna. Though he did it so off of pure intentions, Yuji's actions would eventually lead to his own death and begin Sukuna's fascination with Megami's curse technique. Considering the fact that Yuji gave up his own body and to avoid death, his sacrifice was pretty much pointless, ending up leading into a binding vow that Sukuna has yet to take full advantage of. Now, looking at this, this does not ruin his likability again. This is, again, a character trait, because while remembering from, it was definitely the second arc of JJK, Yuji was basically crying his eyes saying, like, yeah, I really don't want to die. I don't want to die. He basically just kind of gave up hope after that, and which allowed Sukuna to take advantage and, completely jump in. Now, while I say this is a bad take on how his likability was ruined, yeah, it's a very bad one, but considering that I'm going to have to continue to counter most of these, then damn, it's going to be real bad from here on out. So let's get into number 8. Now, for number 8, Yuji kept his resurrection a secret from his friends. Now, I'm just going to read this again. I'm not even going to read it to you guys because some of the explanations here are kind of fucking ass. So let's continue. Okay, now look. Understand what Yuji did was selfish, but at the grand scheme of things, he said he didn't want to go back to them until he was strong enough. And again, that is a character trait. Yuji felt like he couldn't go back to them until he got stronger and until he felt like he was strong enough to go see them. Again, that could make Megami and Nobara mad in the grand scheme of things, but Yuji did still come around and tell the truth. I don't think that ruins his likability in any shape or form. I just think that's just one criticism that you could just put into his character, which doesn't make any sense because, again, a character trait of Yuji Itadori. So, number 7, let's do this. He played into Satoru Gojo's disrespectful resurrection. Yeah, holy fucking shit. Okay, let's read this. Basically what he's saying is that it's because, Satoru Gojo in the Goodwill arc, in the beginning, he played into the gag that, Satoru Gojo had, and which Yuji participated in. So they're saying that this kind of ruined his likability, and it insults principle. Oh, I can't do this. This is, oh my god. Yeah. This. I'm not even gonna go ahead and debunk this because this shit is ass. Like, they're just saying because Yuji played into the gag of Satoru Gojo's, this makes him a unlikable character, and his likability is completely ruined by this. This doesn't make sense. Alright, I get it! Now, number 6, Yuji played directly into Io Todo's toxic masculinity. Oh shit, masculine hand. Okay. Io Todo is an extremely powerful sorcerer with a tricky curse technique, but his personality could use some serious maintenance. There is nothing inherently wrong about fanboying over a couple of idols, but Todo takes a step too far when he threatens to bash in the skulls of anyone whose taste in a woman doesn't live up to his standards. Yuji is a sweet young man, but loses a few points of likability in the category because when he falls into Toto's twisted social holy shit. Okay, is Yuji going out? Like, I want to tell you, is Yuji actually directly going out and just saying, yo, what's your type? And if it's not my type, I'm gonna beat your ass. No, it's not that. That doesn't have his likability ruined. I think people actually like when Toto asks that question and starts bashing in somebody's skull because, you know, they're not having the same taste as his. This doesn't ruin Yuji's likability. It just means he has the same taste as Toto. His personality doesn't change from this. He doesn't become Toto in the grand scheme of things. It's just completely ridiculous. Now, number 5, Yuji killing Choso's 2 brothers. Okay. I just read over this like beforehand, but this doesn't make Yuji unlikable. Again, Yuji Itadori and Choso's younger brothers, they're gonna try to kill Yuji regardless. Let's be honest. It doesn't matter if, you know, Choso's a kind, loving brother. It doesn't really matter. If these guys are trying to threaten the lives of like Yuji Itadori and his friends, it doesn't really matter. Yuji can technically do whatever he wants about this, and it doesn't ruin his likability. It just means you guys haven't been reading Jujutsu Kaisen. You guys are pretty fucking stupid. Alright, now number 4. Yuji let Satoru Gojo step in as the series protagonist. What the let's read this. Though Yuji and Yuta are the 2 main protagonists of Jujutsu Kaisen, and Satoru Gojo does earn his own right as the title MC during the Gojo's past arc. During this arc, steps into the role as the leader of the wild Jujutsu Kaisen adventures of, you know, the protagonist of Satoru Gojo, alongside Suguru Geto, and Satoru Gojo stand up against the might of Toji Fushiguro, one of Gegakano's best penned story arc. As season 2 anime follows the manga as faithfully as the first season, fans will begin to question Yuji's oh my god, that's so stupid. That doesn't equate to Yuji having his likability ruined. It's just one arc that Satoru Gojo is the MC. It does not equate. Okay, it's like me saying this. Just because, you know, Shigaraki has his own arc with My Villain Academia and with the League of Villains, does that ruin Deku's likability? I want you guys to tell me that. Does that ruin Deku's likability? It doesn't. It shouldn't ruin Yuji's likability because we're just taking a step away from Yuji and going into Satoru Gojo's past. Sometimes I want to figure out who the hell's making these lists, and I want to find them right now. Like, I need to know who's making these. Now, number 3, Yuji constantly fails to defeat the special grade curse, which is Mahito. Oh my god. Oh, I'm not even going to read this to you guys. I'm going to skim through it. Alright, just because Yuji failed to exercise Mahito does not mean his likability is completely ruined. It just means Mahito is a crafty motherfucker and he keeps on getting away, and Suguru Geto or Kenjaku is just planned ahead of him. Yuji was going to finish him off in Shibuya, but again, didn't happen. Suguru Geto or Kenjaku, you know, they just did their thing. Kind of ate my guy Mahito. It doesn't ruin his likability, if we're being honest. None of it does. So fucking stupid, bro. Now, number 2, Yuji lost in a 1v1 against you. Alright, yeah, I'm not even gonna read this. This is just so stupid. Okay, look, Yuji can lose in a 1v1. It doesn't ruin his likability. Yuji has been taking L's ever since Shibuya, and it still hasn't ruined his likability. And again, Yuji's versus somebody that Satoru Gojo is considered to be the next Satoru Gojo. Like, it should say a lot. Yuji did not stand a chance against Yuta, if we're completely being honest. Now, I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys, but I'm just going to say this. Yuta could have killed Yuji. Like, he really could. Well, now, number 1, Yuji accepts his role as a cog in Jujutsu Kaisen. Look, if you're not caught up with Jujutsu Kaisen, basically Yuji accepts his role as a cog, basically being nothing but a cog function, which, again, you should go read Jujutsu Kaisen so I don't have to explain this shit to you. Now, I'm going to skim through it again because I just can't bear, like, watching or reading these shits and just trying to, you know, keep sane. So I'm going to skim through it. Now, just because Yuji accepts himself as a cog does not mean his likability is completely ruined. Is it a downward spiral from what he was in the beginning of the series? Yes, it is. It's basically Yuji, you know, coming to terms that I get it now. I'm nothing but a cog in this world. And even though Yuji's ideals, clashed with Mahito's, like continuously clashed with them, Yuji understood that he was nothing more of a cog, and that's nothing bad. It's a development. Is it a negative spiral development? Yeah, it is. Does it make him unlikable from the viewer's eyes? No, I've been seeing people actually like this from Yuji. Like him understanding that he's a cog, nothing more and nothing else. And even though we can see it as a negative development towards Yuji, it's still a good one. It's still well written. It doesn't mean he's unlikable. Just because he doesn't stay true to his series motives, beginning of the series motives, does not mean it makes him unlikable. It just means he's going through changes. Now, CBR wouldn't get that because, again, they're run by fucking idiots.
What?
I'm sorry, I just had to say it. Had to get that off my chest. But that is actually the end of the list. If I were to rate the CBR article, 0 out of 10. It was ass. It was very ass. But if you guys did enjoy CBR article debunks and you guys want to see more of it, like Jujutsu Kaisen, Black Clover, and MHA, you come to the right place. I'm gonna head up out of here, not waste your time. And I'm gonna go. See you guys, and peace out.